What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my sister Delaney.
What's up?
My brother Derek.
What's up?
And our friend Dan.
What's going on?
And today we watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
Which is a movie about assassins. Which is fun. You know, I'll have to say, like, okay, this movie, I don't know, it's always fun. It's still fun to watch. Even though, like, plot-wise, it's kind of stupid. Yeah. But fun. Right?
Yeah. I think it comes from a movie where you can just turn your brain off and enjoy it. I think it's a fun movie to watch. Their action scenes in the movie are really cool. And it's still really cool. It was cool when I saw it nearly 20 years ago, which is sad.
I knew they looked young in the movie.
Yeah, I'm like, man, they look mad young.
Man.
Yeah.
20 years?
Yeah, it came out in 05, so nearly 2 years ago.
05?
Yeah.
I didn't look at the release date on the movie.
Sometimes I try not to.
I mean, now when we do movies, I'm like, just don't even.
Because
this movie that you remember, like, oh, I love this movie. Then you realize it was like 20 years ago. And you're like, whew. That's hurtful to the soul.
Yeah.
Well, it does still hold up. I still think it's a hilarious movie.
Yeah.
Especially if you pay attention to everything that they say.
And for me, I wasn't, because I haven't watched it, I don't know in how long. So it was like, when there was funny parts, I was like, oh, wow. I don't remember this movie where I'm like, I actually laughed at scenes. Like, it wasn't like no soft chuckle, like, but like, full on laugh, and I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, they had that like throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I also say well acted. Of course, it was Brad Pitt and Angelina
right.
Jolie.
I'm like, they're good actors.
They are.
But yeah, still, even though you're a good actor, you think of the premise of the movie, it's like they still put in work for this movie.
Yeah.
How much work though did they really? Because I feel like they have obviously a natural chemistry with each other, which helps
obviously, yeah.
That saying, I think they found out they had a natural chemistry in this movie.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably did.
You can see the face he made. But yeah, they definitely had.
So it definitely helps. I don't think it works with two people who aren't really attractive to each other.
Yeah. Well, because like sometimes you have those big blockbuster movies and like the trailer and it has like all these actors that's in the movie that has won Academy Awards. And then like the movie just be like, because of like, just because you put in 15 good actors in the movie, like if they don't have chemistry with each other, then it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I'll say even too. Well, I don't even know if it has to do with the chemistry between the actors. I don't know. Men in Black, the Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson one. Now they did have good chemistry in Thor. Yeah. So I don't know what happened in that movie, but it didn't work out.
Writing.
I was thinking writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whole movie kind of just seemed forced.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Like the jokes were forced. Just everything. It didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't work
because it didn't need to be another one.
No, they didn't.
Well, there's that.
Well, they were going to try and make a trilogy. I mean, you could have if you did it right.
Yeah.
It was already a trilogy.
But sometimes
a new trilogy.
Oh, with him and her?
Yeah.
Oh,
but sometimes I feel like they like force it though. It felt forced.
It was mad forced.
Well, you don't put the work in because you think the name will carry it on.
Yeah, that's how you make a movie because it's going to make you money instead of making a movie.
Yeah.
To be a good movie.
Yeah.
So speaking of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, premise of the movie is that we have two assassins who run into each other in Bogota, Colombia. And I never got what was going on in this scene. Like they were looking for single Americans, and because they weren't single, they weren't a target. I'm like, I don't understand what was the deal?
They were looking for people traveling alone.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what other movie I was watching where they were looking for that as well, and what the situation was behind it. But it was something like if you're traveling alone, then you're more likely to be,
the person they're
they're looking for, like involved with the people that they're looking for, or something like that.
I don't know. I took it to be some sort of government uprising or something. I'm not really sure. I mean, there was like bombs in the background or something. I
don't think so.
But I mean, because remember they were in a hotel room. It was like the whole building was shaking. Something was happening. There was definitely a semi-war happening outside.
So you capture the Americans that are by themselves?
That's what they were saying.
I mean, is it supposed to make sense?
I don't know. It didn't. I always wonder. I was like, I still don't understand it.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on that one, but
Yeah, but anyhow, that's how they meet because they walk in. They're both by themselves, so they pretend they're together and they have a good night together, and then they marry each other without knowing that both of them are assassins.
because initially, I believe, as they both said, they both got married for a cover. Like it was supposed to be part of the cover.
Well, I'm gonna say yes and no. I think they really did love each other. But
Well, yeah,
it's
they
like,
did, but that's what they said initially.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect cover, but they really did love each other.
And as the movie goes on, you can see, like once they like fell out. I don't want to get in the way, but like once they fell out with each other, they found out what each other was doing. They realized, hey, we actually do. You know what I'm saying? Love each other, like each other, and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was nice.
So I mean, interesting premise of the movie, which is like because both are assassins, so both are keeping that secret from each other, and it all hits the fan once they find out.
Yeah,
which is interesting. I'm like, can you do that? Could both of them keep that?
Well, I think it worked because they both were keeping something.
I take it as either they're either both really good at their job or both really bad at their job. Because you could be really good where you manage for 5 or 6 years to keep the fact that you're an assassin from your spouse. So either you're that good at hiding who you really are, or you're both really bad at your job.
I would say she was good, and I don't think he was.
He probably didn't look too hard.
No,
he probably didn't look too hard. But I mean, throughout the whole movie, weren't they kind of showing how a woman would do things and how a man would do things? Like, I think that was the
thing
with
too.
With her organization, a whole bunch of women. With his organization, it was basically
just run out the garage kind of deal.
Yeah, like her agency was clean, right?
Yeah.
Like it was like top notch clean. All that. A little unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like when they did their little escape, and I'm like, why are they grapple hooking out of this building? There's one man in this building, and they're like, escape, and they all got grapple hooks. It was set up for them to do that.
Because it's cool.
It was used, and then her little scanny thing when she goes into the building that spins her around.
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean, that was just there so we can spin Angelina Jolie around. But like,
I wasn't mad at that.
But still, you could have just put 2 scanners on either side of the wall. She's surrounded in the room.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, let's spin her.
Yeah.
Useless. But maybe, again, that's, I guess, the difference between men and women. Because, like, we had a little assassin agency. I'm not doing that.
It would have been ran exactly like his agency.
Yeah, true. Some little room or whatever. Like, we gonna handle what we gotta handle. They had a whole like setup over there, like the attention to detail that women would pay attention to. That men probably
jumping
just not too worried about.
Ahead. His friend,
Eddie.
Played
by Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, perfect casting for that role.
Yeah.
Which is just Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
No different from any of his other roles.
Except for The Lost World. The Lost World was a little different.
Slightly.
That was slightly different.
But it reminded me of like his role in Old School, which did not come out the same year.
Probably.
Maybe. The same year?
I think so.
Maybe. It might.
My question is, why is he living with his mom if you get $500,000 per assassination?
Well, as he said, she's the only woman he could trust.
Right, because Gladys divorced him. I mean, I do agree, right?
But okay, but they're not living in a nice house.
That's what I was gonna say. But it's New York, though. That $500,000 don't go as far.
Oh yeah, maybe.
But did you see their house though?
I did see that.
Also, their house wasn't even. Why did they were like New York, and they showed the city, and then they go to their house. That house isn't in New York City.
It's in upstate New York.
Why'd you show New York City then?
Because they work in the city.
So they work.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I was thinking, is that the house from Father of the Bride?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the house from Father of the Bride looks
You never
like.
seen Father of the Bride? Everyone's seen that movie.
No.
Everyone's seen that movie, right?
I've seen it. I don't remember the house.
I think it's the same house.
Really?
No. How is that possible? Okay.
With Steve Martin?
We've established that apparently I haven't watched it. I have watched a lot of movies.
We do know Darren
I
has
haven't
not watched a lot of
movies.
movies.
I forgot
Evidently.
who we were talking to. My bad.
Apparently, I was supposed to spend my whole life watching movies.
Well,
You said it like I spent all day
He
watching
spent his whole
TV.
life watching Barney.
It's a great dinosaur. Okay, so yeah, so I do like how they established everything where like you see them going on their separate missions. Brad Pitt's coming back with a lipstick stain on his collar, which then he doesn't even do a good job of trying to hide that.
Don't
He
you have
did
an
not.
extra shirt?
Yeah, check this. When you see that, like you know, right? You before you even get home, right? Because this is a regular thing for you. You're going out doing your jobs, right? And so
Well, she came home in her hooker outfit, so.
she
True.
did. She went to that party in her hooker outfit too.
Which, how did she put that on and he not see?
She had the fishnets under.
She
it.
didn't see.
She took everything else off. Though,
Yeah,
right?
he didn't see her.
No,
at all.
she
just
put the
coat on
dress.
immediately.
She put the dress on top
right
of it.
over it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that part.
Was
Yeah,
it that outfit?
because she couldn't change because he came home unexpectedly.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because that's when she slid the hanger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, okay. Yeah, that's right.
But he wouldn't
I
look like
wouldn't have
those
been able to. That
fishnets
little
don't go
slide
with that
she did with the
outfit.
hanger. I wouldn't have been able to do that because like it definitely would have got caught on something. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then he would have came over to help, and then he was like, "Oh, exposed."
I don't know, but you think
I wore this for you.
I had to question that outfit though. Like that pink dress with black fishnets and those
Yeah, it
thigh
doesn't
highs,
work.
it don't go.
It don't work.
I mean, she was Russian.
If
Though,
I was him, I'd have been like, "You wearing that?"
He didn't.
Right.
notice
He's a
anything.
guy.
He didn't
He's
notice
not really
at
paying
all.
that much attention. To it.
Oh,
I mean, he might have.
yeah,
noticed.
that was the whole thing of him being a guy not
Yeah, he ain't
paying
much
attention to
that.
detail.
It's like whatever.
okay.
Well, you see how the one lady looked at her like she got on fishnets. All right, calm down. She was like,
Yeah,
oh,
like,
Yeah, it
the
wasn't
thing about fishnets
scandalous.
is
It
like,
just
okay,
didn't
it's
go.
fishnets. Okay, so
Yeah.
what? But she
But
looked at it like it was, you know.
Yeah.
just
Well, I mean,
whatever.
some people do look at fishnets like that, though.
What they fishnets though?
Yeah, I know.
Fishnets.
But I mean, some people do.
it was 20 years ago.
People still act like that.
They still do.
They do.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, but I do like how it showed everything, and then they're all sneaking around the house. She needlessly stood on the chair on one leg
Mm-hmm.
to straighten her
It's
curtains.
just to show you how agile she is and talented.
Great. It was not necessary.
Maybe not.
Like
You can't do
you
it.
couldn't accomplish what you were doing without putting it on one leg.
Maybe not. She needed that extra. No, I
Yeah.
And in heels too.
See?
Yeah.
That's
That's talent.
That's talented. That is talented.
That's talent.
That chair was definitely on some wires.
I mean-
Angelina Jolie didn't do that.
Probably not.
Clearly.
But I mean, hey, for the movie, it looked like she did. So, which was fine with me.
Yeah. So it's agreed. John Smith.
Mhm.
They have
And Jane Smith.
plainest names ever. John and Jane Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what? When I first started the movie today, I was like, oh, you know, that's like their cover name, right? Jane and John.
Nope.
It's like not their real name. No, their real name
Their
is
real
Jane
name.
and John.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But doesn't it fit though? Like you got the plainest names, but way less than plain lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that was. I don't know if it was part of the planning or what, but they got simple names, but nowhere near simple lives.
Yeah. I mean, his name, John Smith is a very common name.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a
It
very
is.
basic
That's
name.
why I thought it was a
Right.
cover.
Right.
You know?
Mm.
'Cause
Like
it's
his
basic
name's
and
not
common.
John Smith because, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, his name's John Smith. Okay. So yeah. I lost my thought there.
There's something about
Where
the
we
chair
at?
being unnecessary.
Yeah.
That's what. That's
Oh,
the
we're
last thing you
past
said.
the unnecessary chair.
No, we're past the unnecessary chair. Okay, all right. Right.
You-
So
Right? No, I was saying that I think I was going with John because it was clear that he just he was a little bit rough with all his stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's why I was like, she's obviously better at it than him.
Mhm.
I feel like,
Yes.
you know.
Mhm.
Definitely. Well,
But-
she said she had 312 kills,
he like
to
50
his
or 60.
50
Yeah.
or 60.
Yeah.
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 Because he was like, 50 or 60. It was like, it's the lifestyle, you have to. She was like 372. It was like,
What?
she was like, some of them was two at a time. I still was like, if you divide that by two, it's still way more.
It's still way more.
It's still
bro.
way more.
So yes, she is better at that than he is.
Yeah.
For sure.
That scene was funny.
Yeah.
When we
Yeah.
get to it, it would be funny.
Mhm.
Because especially that, they were talking as if
Yeah.
it was like the body count,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which we normally say for something else.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I like that. I like when they started to do that like that marriage banter, like basically
Uh-huh.
type of thing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're out here killing people and they're in the
Yeah.
car arguing about marriage and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
her parents were fake. He was like, I said I saw your dad on Fantasy Island.
That was funny.
Like, no, I don't even want to talk
That
about
was
it.
funny.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk about the beginning of the movie. It opens with them in therapy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
yes,
right.
right.
It is.
Yeah.
It's them in therapy. Yeah.
Yeah. Which
So-
I actually do like that scene a lot.
Mhm.
Because it's just kind of like you're showing their dynamic, how like they're really not getting along, they're really not feeling each other anymore. So I don't know, I thought it was just kind of a great scene altogether, but it kind of sets the stage for
It does. That's
It
where we
does.
get to 5 or 6 years. Because
Yes.
they're like, how long have you been married?
5 years.
6 years.
And she's like 6. Yeah, 5 or
5 or
6
6 years.
It's like, no, it's not 5 or 6. It's either 5 or 6.
Yeah, I know. He knows it's either 5 or 6.
But that's like the worst thing you could say.
Yeah.
So like, especially the way he said it, he was like 6 years. He was like, well, 5 or 6 years. Like, okay,
Yeah. That's another argument later.
right. You're gonna pay for that later. But
I did like their dynamic there too.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because, you know, they really do have good chemistry.
Yeah.
they do have good chemistry because like I don't even know how much of that was like actually written script. I'm pretty sure they came up with some of that, like the scale of 1 to 10 thing. When it said what is it? How happy are you? Scale of 1 to 10. They
Mhm.
answered instinctively. Both said 8.
Both said
Then
Well,
they
no,
said,
she said 8 and he stalled. He stalled.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was saying, is it from 1 to 10, with 10 being the worst?
She was like, yeah, is 10 the worst? And no, 1 the worst, or is 10 like the best ever, or whatever?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he was like, just whatever's off the top of your head. And he was like, oh, okay.
8.
8. Because she already said 8.
Yeah. And then they went to the sex thing.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't understand the question.
I don't understand the question.
Like, is it like 1, like nothing at all? 'Cause, like technically 0 would be 1.
And it's
Or
like,
zero
are we,
be
Zero would be
nothing
nothing. You know?
yeah, it's like, are
Do
we
we
counting
count
the
the
weekends?
Like, why does this matter?
Answer the question.
Right. Like, answer the question, man.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
But that was a
Count the
good.
weekends?
But it does set up their dynamic. So obviously, all of the lies is what's creating the chasm in their marriage,
Mhm.
right? And so once everything is figured out, that's when they start coming back together.
Mhm.
So what happens is they both get the same mark, right? So they both have the same person to kill, and they run into each other.
Mhm.
And they fail to kill the person, and they fail to kill each other, and then they find out that each
That scene
is an
was funny
assassin.
too.
Yeah.
What was one when they was trying to get the same?
Trying to get the same mark because like hers was all like set and together, and it's just like, okay, once he crossed this point, you know, we're just gonna blow up the whole bouquet. And he comes in speeding, busting donuts, go use the bathroom, go back to the car.
Because she has like a sniper.
He got a surface to air missile.
Yeah.
And that was like that scene was like I don't know if this was what they was going for, but like at first they was doing everything separate.
Mhm.
Now they're on the same mark. She's got everything set up perfect, and like, all right,
Yeah.
here comes your husband, and he coming in as a husband, like on this little doom buggy thing or whatever. He trips your charges and everything, and it's like, are they trying to say that like once like a woman brings a man into her life, like this is
She's just
what she's
destructive.
gonna have to deal with? Like, is
probably-
that what y'all trying to say?
I think that's exactly what they're saying.
Yeah, I think that's what they was
Mhm.
going for.
Mhm. We mess up their neat, delicate lives.
Yeah, their neatness dynamic, whatever they want to call it.
I disagree.
I mean, situational, maybe. But I personally am very organized. I just like being organized and clean. Like, I don't know how everybody else is, but
Mhm.
I think men in general just don't particularly worry too much about that kind of thing. And like,
Yeah.
I think he even said,
Yeah.
like the way that she was treating the marriage was
Mhm.
like everything has to be organized and set. There's no spontaneity or nothing.
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
they said like she went in with like a plan or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
like a task she needed to complete instead of
Mhm.
just being in the marriage.
Yeah.
Right, and that takes the emotion completely out of it.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deej.
So
Yeah. Oh yeah, she shot him.
they failed the mission.
Yeah,
And failed the mission.
They failed the mission.
Mhm.
We were talking about that. The curtain scene was funny too. Since you went back mentioning like difference between men and women,
Mm-hmm.
the curtain scene was funny because she bought new curtains, which obviously she liked.
And he did not.
He did not like.
I will say
It's like, do you like the curtains?
that's annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I ask
What?
your opinion on something, give me it's okay. Don't give me that. Don't be like it's a wall. That's annoying. I asked you because I want to know what you think.
He gave you what you think, though you didn't like what he
Yeah,
thought.
you didn't like what he thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's annoying. So I get it. Those curtains were ugly, but
But he didn't like them. They said, what you say? Like, I thought we talked about this. And he was like, yeah, we talked about it. We said we'd wait. We were like, well, if you don't like them, take them back. You're like, all right, fine, I don't like them.
I don't like them.
Well, you'll get used to them.
Yeah.
That's exactly how they go.
This is what we doing. Like, yeah, that's exactly how that be going too. And that's why I ain't gonna. That's why sometimes when we give an opinion, it's like, let me just say whatever will. Will suffice.
Yes.
So
Yep.
you just go ahead and do what you want. Like, I know you asking for the opinion, but like, I don't really think you want.
My
I think you
opinion.
decided already.
Yeah.
You just want to
No,
see.
she didn't. She didn't want his opinion.
Mhm.
Well, she wanted his opinion, but she wanted his opinion
To be her
agree with
opinion.
hers.
Right.
okay, I give you that.
Yeah.
But that's not always the case. Sometimes you want an honest answer. Whether
Well, we
you
can't
agree or
figure out
disagree.
when that is.
We don't know
Yeah.
when that is. There's no
Yeah.
signal that states that. We just
Yeah.
don't know. We're like, all right, what's the safest thing that I could say to where my life will not be miserable from this point out?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of how it goes.
So,
Like, yeah, babe, I like it.
So they find out that each other are assassins, and I think this is where the movie really gets funny
Yeah.
because now they're all rushing. Like you see them rushing to the house, trying to get there first. There was a parallel to a scene in the beginning where like they were both leaving the driveway and they almost hit each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Coming out of the driveway.
Mhm.
And then here, so they're both going for the driveway, and then she just runs
Rams
into his
He's like,
car.
ah. It was funny. It was like even like when they found out that they was assassins, and like now they're against each other. He was still looking at it like,
Yeah.
okay, my wife is an assassin. I think at that
Yeah.
point she was like, gloves off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She was
Honestly,
still
I
hiding.
don't think so.
I think she was more ruthless, but a lot of it was an act. Like she wouldn't want to appear like vulnerable. Like he comes in the house and she got the Drano sitting on the counter.
Mhm.
You know.
he looks at
And
that
she-
and he looked at the martini like throws it into the plants.
Yeah.
But she in turn eats the olives.
Yeah, out of his
his
glass.
mouth, yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not even
So
like,
maybe
man, I
it
should have
wasn't
drank that. Yeah.
Like, all right, maybe it wasn't poison.
Yeah.
But like even when he shot the glass on her car,
Yeah.
he was like, this is gonna be bad. Like,
Yeah.
oh dear God.
Incidentally,
Accident.
that was not in the script. He really did trip.
Yeah, I forgot where I read that at. But like back when the movie like closer to when it
Yeah.
first came out.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that.
Yeah, he really did trip. And that's what he said. That was not.
That line was improvised, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, oh dear God. Like, that's what most men say
Mm-hmm.
when they do something that they know.
It's not coming back from
she
me.
ain't gonna like this.
Yeah, she ain't about to like this.
I didn't really shoot at you.
It was
It was an accident.
accident. Oh man, that was funny.
Yeah. I don't know. There's not much detail to go into. They keep going back and forth with,
Yeah, because after this point, their
They go.
agency gives them 48 hours to take each other out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When that doesn't happen, the agencies then put hits on both of them
Yeah.
to take them out.
Well, they did talk about it at that dinner, like kind of like what they were going to do, like
But the mark said that they put y'all on the same mark on purpose. Like
Yes.
they found out that y'all,
Yes.
Yeah.
was married.
Yeah.
So once we get past them, attempting to kill each other, but not really being able to.
Oh
And
yeah,
then we
at
had
the
that
house.
final scene in the house One, I'm like, at the end when they're pointing guns at each other, like, oh, we can't do it or whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, yo,
Before, yes.
were you just like not really aiming at them because them shotgun blasts?
Yeah.
I think
Definitely
the
could have
difference
taken him out.
was like they weren't
They weren't
face to face. The
face-to-face.
entire time they were running through the house, shooting through walls. They weren't face to face. So if I happen to shoot him, it's a little bit different than me point blank in his face pulling the trigger.
Right, you know, it was different than when he was like curb stomping her on the couch. You know,
I was like, man, you kicked her 3 times. She gotta have a broken rib.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Well, I mean, when she shot through the wall, it was like, "Are you alive?" Man?
oh yeah, he fake being dead.
It took them that long to react to being dead. Like, come on, put 2 and 2 together. But like she, like they had that already like set up. Like the emotion was starting to get into it before they even got home. Cause like he was on the elevator.
Oh yeah,
And
and she
was
blew
like-
the elevator.
Yeah, he was like, hey, I
Well,
found all
her
your
friend,
charges.
one of her
Yeah.
colleagues blew the elevator up, and you could tell she was upset.
Yeah, she was upset about that.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I found all your charges. He's like, hey, did you find one of the main? Blah blah blah. And he was like, all right, hey, I call your bluff, blow it.
Mhm.
And they counted down or whatever. And like, all right, she blew it up. Like you said, she got upset about it.
Yeah.
But then she goes out to dinner and then he's there. He's pouring her wine and everything. And they dance and they're going back and forth like, you know, hey, was this real? Was it not? I'm like, oh, I thought I was just a mark. Like, oh, was it not? This, that, and the other. So they setting this up, basically. Yeah. And she goes away emotional and I guess causes
She did put a
diversion or
bomb in
whatever.
his jacket.
she did.
Yeah, she did put a bomb in his jacket. But it was just a small
Hey, you're ticking.
Just a little bomb. They want to take off part of his body, you know.
So, but like at that point, the emotion was in it. So
Yeah.
once they got home, it was, you know, it was a couple's argument.
Yeah,
That's all.
with guns.
Yeah, with guns.
With guns.
Yeah.
and-
Guns and knives.
And,
whatnot.
and punching.
Yeah, and punching. And kicking and breaking ribs.
So they
Yeah.
realize they can't kill each other, so the shootout turns into a passionate night, I guess. And then they eat breakfast.
With whatever was left in the house
I was
because
like,
they
there
shot
were no
up the
glasses that
refrigerator.
weren't broken. I'm not drinking out of that glass, okay? There's definitely some
There's
small
shards of
specks of
glasses.
glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Or-
Well,
or
when they
dust and-
because when he was holding his glass, I'm like, ain't no way. And then my first thought was, you want to know how I got these scars? Because I'm like, dude, he's cutting his mouth with that glass. And I just instantly thought of that.
The house was, they tore that house up, man.
Yeah, they
So-
took them. Oh, and then their neighbors. We
Oh,
heard
yeah.
we heard a loud ruckus. See the way them
That was a ruckus.
That was a ruckus, like-
gunshots.
That
They
shotgun
blew up the kitchen.
was just like, there's no way. Like,
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, bro, that's more than a ruckus. They just
Not
sent
only the
whole-
shotgun, but like the M80, like she.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
automatic.
Yeah, that's more than a ruckus.
So
And then
we
the
got
cops
a
come
new
the next
surround
morning.
sound system
Right, like
with
first of all, in that neighborhood where the guys talking about your car's on the sidewalk,
Yeah,
That's the
everybody
kind of neighborhood
heard.
you got.
everyone
Heard them gunshots.
the whole
whole
police
neighborhood.
force would
Yes.
have been there.
Mhm.
Like that's the kind of neighborhood that will call if your music is too loud.
Yes.
There is no way. Automatics, the kitchen
Yes.
blew up, shotgun blast, and they're just like a little ruckus.
Yeah. They would call the cops if you were playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. With surround sound.
We heard
Like, we heard
gunshots.
gunshots.
Yeah.
But the way the cops was looking like once they found out,
Yeah.
the cops was like,
Well,
oh.
I guess the premise was that Brad Pitt was naked
Mhm.
and Angelina Jolie just had the curtain or the sheet. All right.
So the cops looking at
Both.
Brad Pitt.
Well, it made it
know,
seem
but-
like that was the
If a naked man opens the door,
because
I-
the
I'm walking away.
lady, because the lady was like, oh, when he opened the door
So
all
was
the
her
way.
husband. I mean, maybe they wanted to
Yeah, he
get
was like,
together
"Ooh,
for a
nice."
little bit of
He's like, oh, nice.
what was that show called? Wife Swap.
Wife
Swap.
swap.
You think about that?
I mean, it is Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I feel it.
So-
And she was beautiful in this movie. Like can't even lie. They gave her the good angles. But when she woke up though, when they had first met,
in Colombia.
I'm like, hold on. So y'all went to town with each other the night before,
Mhm.
went to sleep, didn't wrap your hair up, but you woke up with it just flowing off.
Yeah,
silky
yeah,
and-
full
Like,
makeup.
for real?
Flowing. Yeah, that's
Full
how it
makeup,
works.
full
Okay?
makeup.
That's
It's like them Instagram people that'd be like, "Oh, I woke up like this."
Like, no, you didn't.
He didn't.
You woke up earlier, you fixed
put
yourself up, then you laid back down
in the bed
and played this whole little trick on us. Like,
Yeah.
nah, it ain't working like that.
Nah, you took your hair wrap off, took your curlers out, took the bonnet off. Like, stop playing these games.
Put your lashes on and all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're gonna sleep with your lashes
No
on.
makeup.
I'm like, really? Is that why half your face was on your pillow?
Or
Come
no
on,
filter. Be like, this is a
Man. This
filter.
is a filter. Like, come on, man.
It's the filter called no filter. It's the no filter filter.
Yeah, okay. Like, come on, dog. We ain't, some people are just are that stupid. I don't know. I'm not.
Um,
Yeah,
all right. So at this point, they are working together,
right.
and so they go off after the original Mark, which y'all were mentioning, and so it turns out that he was there to get them to kill each other. And since they didn't kill each other, now
Both
they
agencies.
just want both of them dead because both agencies found out that they were married, and they're like, "Yeah, this ain't cool," so they gotta go.
Mhm.
And then I'm confused at what happened at the end of the movie. It was a shootout, and then it ended, and then all of a sudden they're fine.
Yeah, that was in my
Yeah.
nitpicks. Like, so is that it then? Like, okay, so there's a shootout. John and Jane wins.
Somehow they
Some-
definitely died.
definitely.
Definitely.
So does the agency just be like, okay, we give up. We're not gonna kill you guys anymore. Are they free to go now? I
Right.
feel like they still know a lot of secrets.
Yeah.
Do they get to stay spies in this assassins?
Do they just retire?
You know.
There's so many.
I'm like, was the
questions.
agency like, we're running out of men, so we just gonna leave y'all
Yeah,
alone?
like this wasn't worth it.
Yeah,
And
like,
then
they
I
really was like that.
mean,
They took out a lot of
when
gas.
people go to work the next morning, how are we going to explain this store being shot up? There's,
True.
there's
Yeah,
just
that's
so many things.
True.
That is true. Naked mannequins and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I was confused about what they chose to wear. Like they went into the store and then they both got like suits and stuff on. Why
I thought it was
though?
a nice little touch.
I mean, they looked very
'Cause
nice.
they look good.
They
Yeah.
did, but
That was, I think, it was the whole
But
point
we're
because they
going-
look good.
they wanted to look good. That was it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind
I mean,
of like
Go
I
out
would've-
looking good.
I would have gone with the sweatsuit or something. Something that was easy to move around in.
they look
you know.
good. It was fine.
Not
Pretty
a
good in the
suit.
suits.
He
Because
did,
spies wear suits.
But James Bond always has a suit on.
James Bond always
Okay.
has suits.
Yeah, he
Well,
doesn't have a Nike jogging suit.
That's true.
It
not
wouldn't be
right.
as suave.
Right.
Yeah.
He
Spies aren't interesting.
zip.
Yeah.
Bond. James Bond.
Yeah.
It's just
Spies
not as
aren't
cool,
interesting and they're
man.
wearing tracksuits. Spies always wear suits. Like,
Yeah.
always.
All
Okay.
the time, man.
Yeah.
It was impractical.
Government officials.
I don't know. I like their outfits.
I didn't say I didn't like them. I said it was impractical. But no. So yeah, all of a sudden it ends, and then we end with them a full circle back to their marriage counselor.
Mhm.
Again, I'm not sure how they ended up there because the shootout ended at some point, and they were fine,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that was it. We
Yeah,
didn't get
there's
any
so many
clarification on
questions.
that.
I think we-
Yeah.
How
There's
do
a
they
lot of things up in
explain
the air
about
on
their
that.
house blowing up?
Gaslight.
Gaslight.
Mm.
Although there would be
Blue.
dead spy bodies in
All
that
over the place?
Well,
Dead
the-
pieces of spy bodies.
The spy in the
The neighbors.
mail truck was so obvious. He just came out there with a giant gun. I'm like, why even bother with a mail truck if you're just gonna
He was
walk in front of
delivering
his?
I'm delivering this.
I was like, the mailman's an assassin?
Yeah.
And also,
And then in the neighbor's yard, when they stole the neighbor's
oh,
car,
and they ran
Oh,
over that
and
guy.
they ran
Yeah, ran them over. Like they're getting younger.
younger,
and
younger every day.
It's like, dang. And that extra kick that he gave him was just unnecessary. Like, he had to kick like that.
Oh yeah.
He took his gun. Like,
I feel like in the neighborhood that they live in, they don't get away with this because
No.
no.
I live in a neighborhood where everyone knows everything, even when you don't think they do.
Mhm.
They be like, "Oh, you had work done? How do you know?
Yeah.
We were watching your house
You were watching."
We saw the boxes.
Just
through our telescope. I mean, we were watching your house.
Yep.
So I just feel like their neighbors just all too aware that the mailman came outside with a gun, that they stole old boy's minivan, ran over a dude, and the house blew up. Like you
And everybody's
just
okay with this?
there's no way that you can keep that under wraps,
Those HOA fees got to be through the roof.
right?
Got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, before the shootout in the store, them stealing the car leads to one of the best scenes because they stole the van, and that's when we had the argument because they're trying to figure out what part of their marriage was lies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So we have to retrace back every conversation.
Yep.
It was extremely funny
I can't believe I brought my real parents.
because he brought fake
She
parents.
brought actors.
Well, her parents were dead.
She could have just said that.
She
She
could've.
could have just said that.
Well,
Yeah.
It's just
it's part of the story. So, and he was married before.
Right.
Right.
And she wanted her name and social security number.
no, you're not gonna kill her.
she probably will kill her.
She probably would have.
She definitely would have.
Kill her.
One nitpick about that scene.
Mm-hmm.
So they were up on top of that car, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mhm.
And then he's like, "Oh, I dropped her grenade. You drive. Yeah, that fan's definitely. Well, no, it's front wheel drive.
It's front wheel drive.
front wheel drive.
It's front wheel
Okay.
drive. Yeah.
All right. Never mind. I rescind my nitpick. I was gonna say it's not driving
No,
off,
it's a
but
van.
okay.
It's front wheel.
Okay.
It is a man.
Yeah. And then it's like he's shooting at the car and he keeps shooting and the bullets are not doing nothing. And she said the cars are bulletproof. And then he gets in the car. The cars are bulletproof. And she's like,
But typically, it's like, yeah, the wife usually notices things before the husband does. Then when he notices it, she's
It's
like,
brand
yeah.
new.
Like, yeah, I knew that all along. But I'm not gonna
What's
say
brand new?
anything,
He didn't hear her say it.
Mm-hmm.
But still. But it's-
Anyway, I think Mr. and Mrs. Smith is couple goals.
You want to be assassins with your wife?
I mean,
goals.
hey,
Couple
real talk.
goals.
That's what I was thinking about when I was watching the scene, though, when they was like fighting with each other, and
Mhm.
or not with each other, but like when they was
Together.
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, you gotta have
Yeah.
your base back, just like they got each other's back. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like he trusted her. She throwing him clips and stuff like that. She got this in, he got that in. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
wouldn't you want to
And
trust
then everybody that's fighting against them is obviously a stormtrooper since they can't.
Yeah, right.
hit
They're
them.
idiots.
Obviously.
can't
Can't hit anything.
Can't hit nothing.
Oh wait, no, they did get shot a few times in the body armor though.
Oh yeah, yeah,
course.
right.
You know,
Right. That's usually how it goes.
he got shot in the arm.
He got shot in the arm. She did stab him in the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said they will talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we'll talk about this later.
So there's that. There were some injuries.
I mean, nothing's
Mhm.
perfect. No marriage is perfect.
Well,
So you might stab each other a couple times. Gotta get over it.
Oh boy.
You gotta get over it.
Yeah. That's the gist of the movie. Like, it's an extremely simple story, but definitely enjoyable.
yes.
Big
Yes.
time. Big time.
Yes.
Yep. So, random movie facts.
A few
Okay.
or a couple, more like a couple.
No movie facts.
Yes, I don't
facts.
think we did that the last time.
Oh yeah.
No.
We didn't.
We don't do it a lot, actually.
slipping.
We're working on it. This podcast is still a work.
I
in
thought
progress.
we were giving up on the general. So my bad. Random movie facts.
Movie facts.
All right, there you
Oh,
go.
I like that one. Okay. Casting Johnny Depp as John. I don't like it.
With who?
Yeah, with who?
It
Now
has to be-
Angelina Jolie.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
with Amber.
No, not Amber Heard. I was about to say no. Not Amber Heard.
No. No.
I was about to say no.
They would have been fighting for real.
I was about to say they would have really been fighting each other. Them scars would not
Like,
have
hey
been
guys,
making.
this is supposed to be fake punches.
Guys, we cut a long time ago.
Like, and
Guys?
cut.
Guys, where did you get real guns?
You're not actually supposed to hit each other, guys. Is this too soon?
I think it might be a little too soon.
My bad.
Who was
But
Mrs.
I'm
Smith?
fine with Johnny Depp, but not with
They did-
Not with
Angelina
Angelina
Jolie.
Jolie. No.
They didn't say who it would have been with. I think at one point Nicole Kidman was attached to
No,
it.
negative on
Mhm.
all aspects. No,
Mm-mm.
Nicole Kidman. Sorry.
Wow.
No, I mean I don't dislike Nicole Kidman. Just not for this role.
Yeah, not for this. What this role was like? No, I don't think she could.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I
was
feel like
actually
it was just been a pretty face.
Mm-hmm.
If it was
I
Nicole,
mean, Amber Heard would have worked in this role too. To be honest,
she would have. But yeah, with Nicole Kidman, I feel like it was just been a pretty face. She wouldn't have been believable as a spy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to replace the chemistry that they had on screen with Brad and Angelina.
But going with
Apparently,
what
'cause
Derek
it carried
said
over
was
in real life.
believable as a
Right.
spy, I kind of agree with
Brangelina.
that. Like
Uh-huh.
Angelina Jolie, I can see her as an assassin.
Is that because she plays that she did it in Salt, Wanted,
I didn't
and
watch. Salt.
But that came out afterwards.
You didn't watch that?
No.
Salt came out after this movie.
But I was
Salt came out
wondering
after
if
this
that would have. Why you say
if
that?
effect- maybe
yeah.
it does, but I think Angelina Jolie just fits those roles. She's that kind. She has
yeah,
that
because
kind of
like in
look, I
Bone
guess,
Collector,
or maybe
She was
the
a
way
cop
she
in the
acts.
Bone Collector.
yeah, she was a cop, but it was like she was still believable as a cop in that.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like.
No, I think she's great for the role, but I think it also helps is that she was teamed up with someone that she had great chemistry with.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That definitely helps the movie. If it's two other people in this movie, it's like, do you like it as much?
Probably not. If you got like two people that are supposed to be married
Yeah.
and supposed to like portray this, they have to have chemistry.
Man, there's
Yeah.
probably one person that really hates this movie. Like,
I'm sure she does.
Yeah, she,
Jennifer
like-
Aniston.
I was
We weren't gonna say any names.
I was being vague. I was like, she probably like despises this movie.
Well, it's the movie that ended her marriage, so
Yeah.
I'm sure she does.
Yeah.
But to be Brad Pitt though,
Hey, yo,
if I could
we're not going
trade places with anybody,
down that road.
I could
but
trade
he was
places with
with
anybody.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yes.
It ended up with Angelina. Like, dude,
So he just stepped up, is what you're saying? Like,
I mean, I think it was a lateral move. You think so? I mean, she do.
I'm okay. What's the next movie? plan?
Okay.
This is not what 3D Rivals is here to talk about.
okay, thank you. Because I don't know where we were going with this, but no, we're good.
I know where we were going. It would have been pretty cool.
So we talked about the opening, not the opening scene, but the scene when they meet each other in Colombia.
Yes.
Mhm.
And so it opens where the title says 5 or 6 years and it has the helicopter flying by.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that's Mexico, not Colombia. Not even close. That's not what it looks like. The helicopter scene was actually used in Clear and Present Danger, the movie we just watched.
Oh, for real?
It's the
wow.
exact same scene. They use CGI to enhance it a little bit so it doesn't look so old.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Weren't they in Colombia and
Yes.
Danger too?
Yeah.
Yes, that is Mexico though.
Wow.
They couldn't go to Colombia.
I guess not, because apparently that's not what Bogota. Bogota is an actual city.
It is a city.
Yeah, with
it is.
buildings and
It's
stuff.
the capital.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so,
Yeah.
doesn't look like
Wow.
that at all.
They couldn't CGI the correct view.
I guess not. Wasn't in the budget.
I guess
It's
not.
like, oh, Americans think all these countries are the same, which they do.
Sadly
I was about to like,
enough, yeah,
sadly,
they
yeah.
Yeah, like you just film Mexico and call it Colombia.
do. Right.
That's
really
horrible.
sad.
That's horrible.
So, I think this was loosely based on a 1996 TV show that only had one season. But there was also a show in the 60s. Don't know what that was about. The internet said it was based off the 96 show, so I'm hoping that's correct.
Okay.
Don't know.
About two assassins who were married and didn't know each
Well,
other.
their
were
marriage
assassins.
was their cover story. They weren't actually married, I don't think.
Oh, so they knew they were assassins.
Yes.
Oh, well, I think that
This
takes
is
the
a
fun
Liam
away from it.
Yeah,
Neeson
it does.
movie that's similar.
Yes. And apparently Amazon is doing a TV show with Donald Glover and Maya Erskine.
Oh, that popped up, but I didn't read or look
Yeah,
at
it's
it.
coming out in February.
Yeah, it
called
popped up
Mr.
when I
and
typed
Mrs.
the
Smith.
name in. But I was
Yeah.
like, this ain't it.
Childish Gambino.
Yes.
All right, I might check it out.
I mean,
I do like Charlie Gambino.
I like him.
He's a good actor.
Yeah,
You know,
he's a good
I
actor.
give
He's very
shows 2
creative.
episodes.
Mhm.
Mm. You seen Atlanta?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Atlanta was good.
Yeah.
Atlanta
Atlanta
was
was
good. Yeah. Okay. So apparently there was a sex scene that got cut out.
It's in the uncut version, apparently.
Probably that was. I was like, "There's an uncut version."
Yeah,
but it
so I was
wasn't.
like, "What's uncut about Mr. and Mrs. Smith?"
Probably that sex scene
But-
that got cut.
But y'all cut me off though.
No, you were.
I didn't.
I made a vague statement about something, and you were going on whether or not it was a move up or it was lateral.
It's our opinion.
Yeah.
But
She definitely doesn't like this movie
Yeah,
at all.
She
Probably want to burn it.
She probably typed up a anonymous review about it.
gave it 0 stars.
0
before-
stars.
One of
She
those
went on
Rotten
every
Tomato
rating,
reviews
Rotten Tomatoes.
before
Their
the movie
chemistry
even
is
came
horrible.
out.
Right.
I am in the.
But anyways, it got cut to ensure that
We shouldn't
it
be laughing
stayed
about
PG-13.
that.
I know it's sad.
Yeah, it's actually pretty sad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's not right.
Yeah.
No.
It's not.
Mhm.
Yeah,
3 Year Rivals does not support such
we do not.
such antics.
No.
I'll talk about it later. Yes.
Yes, so it got cut to make sure it stayed PG-13 and stuff.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Why
I
do
don't know
I
what
feel
this
like
scene
it was? We were making fun of Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. Why do I feel like it was Brad Pitt and Angelina going further than the script said? You're like, hey guys, that's not. Guys,
Cut! Put that back on.
Brad, Jennifer's on set. No.
Coming in right now, she's not gonna want to see. Brad, I'm telling you. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm so messed up.
But he cut us off.
Right.
All right.
I thought it was funny though. Okay.
Okay. All right. Now we're at nitpicks.
Pick some nits.
Pick some nits.
We covered a lot of them, so there's only a couple left.
I have a couple.
So after the house got all shot up and they're eating breakfast and whatnot, their floor is I'm sorry,
Covered.
Oh yeah, they're walking barefoot on
they're
glass.
walking barefoot on
Yeah.
glass. Like, what is happening?
Right, and he's looking at her longingly, so we see her feet walking on glass,
It's
and I'm
just
like,
in glass.
there's pieces of glass at her feet right now, and she's just walking all softly
Like it's-
and delicately.
like it's all
no,
good.
It's still in your feet.
You're bleeding.
You're bleeding
You're
now.
bleeding out. Because you're not
Okay.
taking care of the wounds.
Yeah, that was one of my nitpicks as
All right.
well.
So she admit that she never cooked any of the meals, that the iTemp girls were cooking the meals.
So that means they can't cook.
My thing is, if you're going to cook a meal for her, you think they would choose one of the girls that could actually cook a meal?
Maybe none of them.
Like, why go through the whole thing of making a pot roast? Or no, it wasn't a pot roast. What was it?
It wasn't? I thought it was a pot roast.
Was it pot roast?
Yeah, it was pot roast.
If you don't
That
know
was
how
his
to
favorite.
actually cook.
Yeah,
That's true.
Like, pot roast is not like, just come on. That's just too
Yeah.
much work if you don't know how to cook.
yeah.
Hey, you know,
You,
if I'm
gotta
the-
make
I-
you gotta make a pot roast right.
If I'm the
it's gonna be
item
good.
girls, I'm like, yo, for 6 years, I'm not making meals for your family.
Every day.
Every day. And then, like, y'all can't cook?
So she always had to be him home
You
then.
better hire
Or
She
a
most of the
always did.
time.
She always did. Remember, they were always on time. Dinner's always at 7.
Dinner's
She was
always
always
at
there
7.
first.
Mm.
But then it made me wonder, like, did you ever wonder how she had time to make those elaborate meals when she also had a full-time, like, a Wall Street job?
He did not wonder.
He's a guy.
He's a guy. I wouldn't have.
That was emphasized throughout the movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
He's a guy. I'm like, hey, somehow she gets it done. I'm not going to question it.
Right. I feel like if I question it, it's going to stop.
Yeah, right. It's going to stop. Or I'm going to be in trouble somehow. So I'm not even going to question it. Do what you do.
Okay. Alrighty. So we covered, okay, so the last one I have that we didn't cover. All right, so they're in the store, not Costmart, but the store next to Costmart.
Mhm.
All right, and so they end up hiding in the shed at the end before they go out and start shooting, even though they should have been dead because there's like 20 guys and 2 of them sitting in the middle of a room.
Mhm.
Right.
Those people had like grenade launchers and rocket launchers or whatever.
Yeah, aim at the floor.
Just, my thing, just shoot up the shed before they come out.
Yeah.
Right.
Just movie over.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
they,
I understand
they
that.
didn't want to
I mean, the scene was cool and all,
However-
but you know.
You fail to realize how strong plot armor actually is.
Oh, very strong.
Yeah.
Very, very strong.
The strongest kind of armor you can have.
Yes.
it is strong.
I have one nitpick.
Okay.
So when he ran out, threw the jacket off, and it blew up, and the guy rolls the window down, was like limo,
Mm-hmm.
and he snatches him out the car and takes the car. But that car is not a limo.
No, it's a time.
It was a town car. And that bothered me because I was like, why would you run away in a limo? And then it wasn't a limo. So I'm like, why did he say limo?
Because it was still a car service.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you would say driver.
That's what limo means, though, right? Like it's
Well,
a car.
no,
service.
actually,
It's not a stretch limo.
I know, yeah, I was like, a limo doesn't have to be stretched. That's just
Okay.
generally what we think of.
Yeah,
right?
when we think
Okay.
of limousine, we
Well,
think
that's
of
what
like a
that's
long-
what I thought of because he
Mhm.
said limo. So I thought a stretch.
Yeah, I had to look it up because I was like,
oh, okay,
wait a
you
minute,
looked it
that's
up.
a town car, but it's like
Okay.
limousine service is just
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
a car
Yeah,
service.
just a
But like
hire
when they say
car.
Okay.
stretch though,
Yeah.
That's the stretch limousine. That's when
Okay.
you get the long ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay,
All right.
I get it.
All right. See, I didn't look it up. Good one, Dan.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
So I got one. It's not a nitpick. It's just I was wondering. I wanted to rewind it. Okay, so at the beginning of the movie, she has a Benz, he has a Cadillac. I could have swore the second time he came home in a Lincoln and not a Cadillac, and that has been bothering me for the longest.
Did it?
I think he did.
It was a
They
Lincoln,
swap
and
cars.
they swap cars,
Mhm.
She didn't notice.
and I'm like, can no one notice that this is a Cadillac and not a Lincoln? Just.
I feel like they did that on purpose. I don't think it's a nitpick. I think
I don't
was
think
on
it is,
purpose.
but I was just like, am I the only one who noticed that it's not the same car?
She's
Yeah.
supposed to notice it's
Okay,
not the same
all
car.
right.
She's definitely supposed to notice that.
Yeah.
She definitely should have noticed that. So I don't know, maybe she was that distracted by work. I don't know. But any wife you can think of would have noticed that.
I would have noticed.
Yeah, she would have noticed.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, do you have a Cadillac?
I don't care if it's the same color.
Right, the same color, black.
Right,
yeah,
no,
it
what
don't
you
matter.
talking about? It's always
It's always
been a Lincoln.
been a Cadillac.
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 You tripping. That's what you do. That's what you do to a mom. Like, man, you tripping.
Yeah, you
Like,
tripping,
what's
girl.
about?
Hey, come on. I had this car forever, girl. You tripping. Come on, let's go get something to drink.
Then make them double think. Like, was it?
Like, am I tripping?
Right.
Then you're like, you know what, babe?
Was it?
Don't
Was
even
it?
worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Come on, let's go in here. Let's eat.
That would not work.
It would not.
Sometimes
They'll
it
start
does.
pulling up past pictures.
Yeah, they're like they go through pictures and stuff
They're
like that.
I know we
took
got a
picture
car.
of this
I know
somewhere.
we got a car in this back.
a car note or something.
Alrighty.
Too many
so,
details.
Are we ready to rate it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give it a. I'll pay for that.
Okay, cool.
Mhm. I will give it. I'll pay for that because I did pay for it.
There you go. That's the proof.
Yeah,
On dividend.
I went to the movie theaters to see it.
Oh, did we? Did you see the
Mm.
movie theaters?
I did.
I don't know.
I
if
didn't.
Yeah, I saw the movie theaters.
I give it I pay for that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I pay for that.
Yeah.
Oh, unanimous decision from 3D Rivals is I pay for that for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This is a fun movie to return to. You know? Definitely a fun watch. Would you? What would you do if you found out your spouse was an assassin? You know, let us know.
Like, hey, I got some names of some people that I don't really like.
As long as you don't
Do
kill me, I guess it's okay.
Hey, don't hurt me. No, I can benefit from it. Cool. Once it becomes an issue, like, probably not going to argue with you as much.
No.
Not a whole lot of arguing going on. But
Whatever
Besides
you say.
hey, whatever you say, babe. And do what you do. You like that color? I like that color too.
Perfect curtains. All right, so let us know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you like and follow wherever you listen to your podcast, and we will catch you in the next show.